Guys, this is my review of the Telson Target Master Victory 5-32x56, and spoiler alert, it's the best scope that I've tested in over a year. Now I know you're thinking, that's bold talk for a one-eyed fat man.
And it really is.
But in a day and time where it seems like all the optics companies are racing to the bottom to see how much quality they can shed out of their scopes, this is one of the companies that is doing what I love to see a scope company do, and that's give the very best scope they can for the buyer's dollar. Now, before we go any further in this review, I just wanted to show you this. This is 100 yards. This is a video, not a static image. 100 yards at 25 power. This will show you the resolution you can get through this scope. And believe me, the camera does not do it justice. Let's get to shooting. Seriously, every time I look through this scope, I do the same thing. Holy shit, that's what I wish all of them looked like that. All right, here we go. That is more than close enough to start out with. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna run the turrets all the way up and down, and this thing has a turret turn counter that I really like. And it's got the little pop-up one, which is a hell of a lot better than just having to count the numbers here on the lines, because it's easy to get distracted, like me. But this one is not like that. Oh, and can you feel and hear the turrets without any slop of any kind? You tell me. Check that out. All right, next shot. Damn, this thing is clear. Let's take a quick look at the eyepiece. It has a really cool texture that goes all the way across the eyepiece and the power adjustment ring. And when I say it is butter smooth, it truly is. This is what premium quality feels like. Okay, well, I don't have much to beat this thing with except for this towel, but I'm whooping the shit out of it with this towel. A lot of guys ask me, man, why are you doing that crap? What's that prove? It doesn't prove anything. All it proves is the damn thing can take some impact. All these scopes are built to take direct inline impact from the recoil. But when you go hunting, your gun falls off the horse, back of the four-wheeler or whatever it is, or if you're like me, you hunt with a bunch of clumsy son of a bitches, you stand it up in the corner and they're going to kick it over. You got to know this thing will take some other kind of impact other than just the recoil impact. So I bring them out here, whoop the shit out of them, and make sure that they will hold up, because a lot of the budget scopes, they just won't. They won't track, they won't repeat, and they cannot stand that kind of an impact. They're not made for that. But if everything's built right, they can take it. And believe me, this one can take it. All right, here's a quick look at the magnification ring and the removable throw lever. It goes 180 degrees to go from the lowest magnification all the way to the top. And here's a look at it downrange at 100 yards. Again, this does not do credit for what this thing looks like. Way to go, babe. All right, let's do the work on these turrets for a minute. These turrets are as positive and tactile as any turrets I've had on any scope I've ever tested. Now here's a look at it downrange. This is on 10 power at 100 yards. I'm running the tracking all the way vertically to the top and all the way to the bottom. It'll kind of give you an idea of just how much travel you had inside the scope. And believe me, it has a ton. And on the side of it is where the focus is located. This thing goes down to 15 yards up to infinity, and it moves like it's on greased ball bearings, and that is no exaggeration. Every single thing on this scope moves like a super high-end watch. The illumination has 6 different levels with off in between each one. And yes, it is daylight bright. And I don't mean a little daylight bright. You can see it very easily. And here's a quick look at that illumination on 32 power at 100 yards. Look at those 177 caliber holes on the right-hand side. This thing is spooky. I wish I could afford to have scopes like this on every gun I own. I can't, but I wish I could. There is not one single feature you could want in a precision scope that this doesn't have, including the power range. Everybody else is 4 to 27, 4 to 28, sometimes 4 to 25, 5 to 30. This is 5 to 32. 32, that's 2 more. And the beauty of the magnification, as you'll see here in a second, it doesn't get dark. It doesn't lose all this contrast. It still has that visual pop that you expect in an expensive scope. This has all that. And when you test scopes for a living, like I do, it's nice to test something that you know before you even start slamming it around is going to work like a charm. Now this is what I guess you call an extreme box test. I started out in center, I ran this all the way to the side, the elevation as far as it would go, right back to 0, and bringing it right back to where it started. And for guys that are curious what it actually looks like to the naked eye, if you've ever had Leica binoculars, Swarovski binoculars, or something like that, that'll give you an idea of the kind of image you get through this scope. It is seriously scary, scary-ass clear. I've got a 17 HMR at 100 yards. I could spot every single impact. And I ain't talking about on them damn stick-on targets like I'm shooting now. I'm talking about on a black target. You can see that hole at 100 yards and not have to hunt for it, not strain your eyes. You can see that shit. The 0 stop underneath the turret is machined aluminum, not plastic. And the little screws that you use to move the turrets is heavy duty, not flimsy. All right, come on back. There you go. I tell you what, I am fixing to do on this next one. I'm going to turn the magnification all the way down to 5. Now, I know it's not going to move the point of impact, but I'm curious to see what the image looks like downrange. And even though the reticle is fine, I'll kiss your ass that the resolution ain't there where you can see that dot right in the center, because this has a floating dot right in the center. Yes, sir. Sir. One more. One more. Let me whoop the shit out of this one more time. To reset the turret, all you do is pop it off, and then you'll see that everything is made out of aluminum, not cheap plastic. And you set the turret back down, tighten down the 3 screws, turn it, you'll see the little rev indicator come up, and you don't have to worry about it again. Under $2,000, is there a better precision scope on the market? If there is, my ass ain't seen it. When you think about this scope right here and what it would be comparable to, we're talking about Gen 3 Razor, Night Force Attacker. I'm not saying it's better than a Gen 3 Razor or Night Force Attacker, but I will say this, I'd have to see them side by side to decide which one was better, because just looking at it, and I have a Gen 3 Razor at home, just looking at this is the exact same image you get through that $3,000 Gen 3 Razor.
Well done.
Now that's how you finish up. Go on Telson's site, look and see what they got. They're starting out making sure everything they offer is of the highest quality they can put on the market. These guys here are not trying to be like some other companies to be everything to everybody throughout their price range. These guys are settled up on the mid to higher end scopes. They want to make damn sure the quality's there. They're putting their freaking name on it. And I know sometimes I say certified badass when I see something really good. This son of a bitch here is 1,000% certified badass, baby. Certified.